Hello, welcome to Telecom Weekly, your flagship program on telecom and ICT. Telecom Weekly aims to educate, inform and update you with the latest trends, issues, news and developments in the telecom and ICT sectors, particularly in Nigeria. The program is brought to you by the telecom regulator, the Nigerian Communications Commission, NCC. I am your host, Oluwatobi Enito. Once again, welcome. Coming up in this episode, Nigeria joins the rest of the world to celebrate the 2023 International Day of the Girl Child. We have a special report on how NCC PIE mandate of protecting, informing and educating is shaping consumer experience. NCC and National Orientation Agency sign MOU on cybercrime sensitization. Maida takes over from Dambata as Executive Vice Chairman, Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian Communications Commission. This is our lineup for today. Please don't go away.
On NCC Telecom Weekly, we bring you innovations, trends, policies, and stakeholders redefining all sectors of our economy today. Here, you will see the actors, policymakers, and creativity that will shape your mind and businesses for growth in line with today's reality. Join us every Monday on NTA Network, 10 p.m. and every Friday on Radio Nigeria FRCN Network, 8 p.m. NCC, Connecting Nigeria.
Digital Generation, Our Generation was the theme of the 2023 International Day of the Girl Child celebration. The celebration, which was combined with International Girls and ICT Day, had as its agenda bridging the gender digital divide. At the event to mark the day in Abuja, the nation's capital, the NCC informed that it places high premium in encouraging the girl child to embrace technology due to its benefits and diversity therein.
Every year, the 11th of October is set aside as the world unites to observe the International Day of the Girl Child. This significant day is to highlight the challenges faced by girls across the world while advocating for their rights and overall well-being. It's in the light of this that the Nigerian Communications Commission, in partnership with High Tech Center for Nigerian Women and Youth, organized a workshop to commemorate the International Girls in ICT Day and the International Day of the Girl Child with the theme, Digital Generation, Our Generation. The event took place at the Digital Economy Complex Auditorium of the NCC Annex, Mbora, Abuja. In his opening address, Head, Consumer Protection and Advocacy Unit at the Consumer Affairs Bureau of the NCC, Clem Omife, said the Commission marked this year's event across selected secondary schools in Abuja, where girls and young women were encouraged to take up studies in ICT due to the immense benefits and diversity in the sector.
This is aimed at encouraging and empowering girls and young women to consider studies and careers in ICT in order to reap the benefit of greater female participation in the ICT sector.
Omife noted that this year's event highlights key moments in the lives of girls while also focusing on stakeholders' responsibility towards encouraging the girl child participation in technology. He added that the NCC, through the Strategic Management Plan 2023 to 2025, places a high premium on synergy and collaboration with stakeholders to bridge the gender digital divide.
NCC will continue to do its part to promote girls in ICT, thereby bridging the digital divide. And the work we have put in the past years is actually yielding results. You could see the enthusiasm, of those little children, excited to be able to develop solar panels, on their own through the guidance of their teacher. Of course, this couldn't have happened without the support of the NCC in collaboration with iTech, the advocacy partner.
At a panel session, Hawa Wakil, Head Digital Skills and Services of the Digital Economy Department NCC, spoke on training and developmental programs of the Commission, which are based on the pillars of the National Digital Economy Policy and Strategy, NDEPS.
We have the first one, which is the developmental regulation pillar, which has to do with the policies and regulations that will help in creating the enabling environment for upskilling and ensuring that girls and all other Nigerians are empowered. So we review some of those policies to be able to meet up to the emerging trends. We can see the changes. They talked about the AI, the IoT, all the emerging technologies. We need to upgrade those policies and regulations to ensure that we create that environment for them to unleash their potential. We're talking about innovation, we're talking about creativity. This is where it starts. We have to give them that opportunity to be able to unleash their potential.
Some stakeholders spoke to Telecom Weekly on the need to train girls and young women in the field of ICT, as the future belongs to technology.
To us, we felt it's not just to talk to the girls, it's to teach the girls how to do technology. So the why, which is lining up with the theme of digital generation, our generation, is a generation that is able to use technology and not just using it to develop technologies. And because we know that we are in this kind of an environment where we always import almost everything, we decided that we're going to teach skills to the children.
As we mark and as we celebrate the Nigerian girl child, we need to also expose them, encourage them, create the awareness for them to know that they can also delve into technological space. That engineering is not only for the man or for the males, and that the technological space is also possible for them, so that they can also contribute and make their marks in the technological sphere.
We have to encourage them to take their studies in ICT very seriously, because we know the ripple effect, the spillover effects. If you teach a girl child, the spillover effect should not be overemphasized. So we need in our schools modern computer laboratories with laptops, because we cannot teach in a vacuum. We cannot teach ICT in a vacuum. We have to have the facilities.
First of all, start by encouraging the girl child to know that there is nothing that they cannot do. There's no special skill that as a girl you cannot learn or engage in. Anything that is open to the public or to men in general is also open to the girl child, and we're encouraging them to get themselves involved in this generation of technology, of ICT in general.
As part of activities for the International Girls in ICT Day, students had participated in a 2-day workshop where girls from 22 participating secondary schools in the Federal Capital Territory underwent training in the production of solar panels, mobile phone diagnosis and repairs, and were also taught how to convert biomass to energy. At the end of the event, prizes and certificates were awarded to participating schools and students who excelled in various tasks and engagements during the 3-day event.
Over the years, the telecom regulator, the Nigerian Communications Commission, has introduced several consumer-centric initiatives necessary for the enthronement of an ICT-driven society in Nigeria. Our next story tells us how the PIE mandate-focused programs of the Commission are sustaining positive consumer experience.
The Nigerian Communications Commission (NCC), in line with the Nigerian Communications Act (NCA) 2003, is saddled with the responsibility of ensuring that consumers are empowered so that they enjoy the best quality of experience. This responsibility of implementing the Commission's consumer-centered initiatives is captured under the PIE mandate, which is executed by the Consumer Affairs Bureau. PIE is an acronym that stands for Protect, Inform and Educate.
We are especially focused on safeguarding your rights, that is the consumer right, and privileges while standing firmly against any unfair practices in the telecom sector in Nigeria. Our dedication is evident through the Commission's continuous effort to establish seamless programs encapsulated in our PIE mandate. PIE mandate means to protect you, to inform you, and to educate you.
One of the ways the Consumer Affairs Bureau implements the PIE mandate is through consumer education outreach programs. The programs comprise the Telecom Consumer Parliament (TCP), Telecom Town Hall on Radio TTHR, Telecom Consumers Conversation TCC, Professionals Dialogue, Village Square Dialogue, Telecom Television Dialogue, exhibition stands at trade fairs and outreaches to NCC camps and school campuses. The Commission uses these platforms to interact with consumers. There is also the Consumer Complaints Management (CCM), which has various channels for lodging complaints. This include NCC toll-free 622 contact center and the consumer portal consumer.ncc.gov.ng. Consumers can also send emails to consumerportal@ncc.gov.ng.
We have developed the Do Not Disturb 2442 short code for those of you who don't want unnecessary messages. We have mobile number portability for those of you who want to move with your line from one network to another without losing it. We have the strategic partnership with our law enforcement agencies to ensure that they safeguard all our infrastructures all over this country. And we have campaigns against sales and buying of pre-registered SIM cards. Ladies and gentlemen, telecom consumers, we have said this several times, but we reiterate, never buy pre-registered SIM card. It is not only for your own sake, it is for the sake of your own family. Please be careful. Don't buy registered SIM card.
The Commission is also active across social media platforms, which include X, formerly Twitter, Facebook and Instagram, amongst other social media platforms. Written complaints can equally be submitted at the NCC head office in Abuja and any of the Commission zonal offices in Lagos, Ibadan, Port Harcourt, Enugu and Kano.
It is our response to ensuring that Nigeria is competitive in all these areas that the Commission continuously puts a number of regulatory measures in place to ensure seamless access by Nigerians to telecommunications services in order to deepen competitiveness of the Nigerian economy by making our businesses and industries digitally compliant.
Other consumer-centered initiative from the regulator is the Do Not Disturb DND 2442 shortcode, which was established in 2016 to stop unsolicited text messages and nuisance calls which hitherto were a serious concern for consumers in the country. Telecom consumers share their experiences interacting with the platforms that the Commission has provided.
So far so good. I have two networks presently that I'm using, which is MTN and Airtel. NCC has regulated the code to use in either recharging, buying data, borrowing data, or in whatever way you want to use it. They have been harmonized. So therefore, and anytime I use it, it gives me what I want.
We are enjoying that code because since it's the same code that you buy recharge card with MTN and the same code we use to buy the other network, actually we are enjoying it.
With this Telecare policy now, it will help many Nigerians and consumers to get back their money and have good services.
The NCC, as the regulator with the mandate to oversee telecommunication services in Nigeria, recognize and will continue to uphold the rights of every telecom consumer to be protected, informed and educated.
Cyber awareness is critical to ensuring the growth of a digital economy. In its efforts towards curbing cybercrimes, the Nigerian Communications Commission and the National Orientation Agency (NOA) signed a memorandum of understanding to enable the Commission to leverage on the resources of the NOA to educate and inform all strata of society about how to stay protected from the menace of cybercriminals. Details in our next report.
The Nigerian Communications Commission (NCC) has signed a memorandum of understanding with the National Orientation Agency (NOA) towards boosting the ongoing efforts by the Commission towards sensitizing Nigerians on the menace of cybercriminalities. In his address at the ceremony, Professor Umar Garubadambata, the immediate past Executive Vice Chairman (NCC), emphasized the need for the partnership with NOA.
I think it is right to say you cannot beat the reach of NOAA when it comes to sensitization and educating members of the public. A fact, that we reckon with when we decided it is important to leverage that reach in order to sensitize Nigerians on how they can protect themselves from various forms of cyber crime. The cyberspace, as usual, is littered with all kinds of services, most of them signals. And whenever you have cyberspace anywhere, not just in Nigeria, you have cybercrime, and there is need to find a way to ensure cyber security. So those are the three keywords associated with the important task before the Nigerian Communications Commission in order to protect and empower Nigerians on how they can protect themselves from cyber crimes of various manifestations.
The outgoing EVC also touched on the seriousness the NCC attached to the protection of citizens from every form of cyber criminality.
At times, the interception could be lawful, where other crimes being committed, can be, tracked, detected, and the people committing them, can easily be apprehended. So interceptions are of various kinds. Some are malicious, like I said, and some are lawful. So we are concerned about the malicious, interceptions intended to defraud Nigerians of their, personal data, personal savings, and ensure, that the insecurity of the network is compromised in a manner that will make Nigerians lose confidence, in subscribing to services that are hosted on the telecommunications, infrastructure.
Dr. Garba Abari, Director General NOA, while appreciating the efforts of the NCC, also stressed the importance of such interagency collaborations.
On record our depth of appreciation to the NCC for finding the National Orientation Agency a worthy partner on such a very important national assignment. We are all witnesses to what is happening globally because of the unmitigated disasters that are happening owing to vulnerabilities of individuals and organizations who have not been adequately prepared to guard against a space that is largely becoming expansive and which has actually proven to be borderless.
The MOU signing ceremony was witnessed by a team of NCC management staff and a delegation of senior management officials from NOA. It's also majorly intended to enable the two agencies of government collaborate towards enabling extensive grassroots sensitization on cyber crimes. Recall that October is annually celebrated as the Cyber Security Awareness Month, and thus the Commission has embarked on a number of activities towards educating and informing Nigerian citizens on how to stay safer and more secure online.
The program is Telecom Weekly, sponsored by the Nigerian Communications Commission, NCC. Stay with us as we now take a break.
Information technology has become a major part of our lives as we now use digital devices and the internet for working, learning, sharing, buying and selling, as well as carrying out financial transactions. While it is convenient and free to connect using public Wi-Fi in public places such as hotels, airports, restaurants, schools, and more, there are security risks you should be aware of, such as a hacker can access everything you access or enter online, such as work emails, bank account information, personal information, login details, and more. To connect safely, please ensure the following. Always use strong passwords and turn on two-factor authentication when it's available. Do not carry out any financial transaction or any activity you consider sensitive on public Wi-Fi. Always make sure your apps, internet browsers, antivirus, and devices are updated. Be informed. Stop. Think before you click to connect. This message is sponsored by the Nigerian Communications Commission, NCC. For further inquiries, contact NMIS at ncc.gov.ng.
Following the appointment of Dr. Aminu Maida by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the new Executive Vice Chairman of the Nigerian Communications Commission, we bring you a brief of the seasoned technical professional.
Dr. Aminu Maida has been appointed Executive Vice Chairman, Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian Communications Commission (NCC) by President Bola Tinubu GCFR effective Wednesday, October 11, 2023. He takes over from Professor Umar Garuba Dambata, who was the EVC NCC from 2015 to 2023. Dr. Maida holds Masters in Engineering in Information Systems Engineering from Imperial College, London, obtained in 2002, and in 2006 he bagged a PhD in Electrical and Electronic Engineering from the University of Bath, United Kingdom. Between 2018 to 2019, Maida completed a postgraduate diploma in Entrepreneurship FinTech Pathway Program at the Cambridge Judge Business School, University of Cambridge, United Kingdom. Until his latest appointment by the President, Dr. Maida was the Executive Director, Technology and Operations at Nigeria Interbank Settlement System PLC, NIBSS, and the country's central switch company owned by Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, and all licensed deposit money banks, DMBS, in Nigeria. At NIBSS, Dr. Maida was responsible for the technical and operational standardization of all devices deployed in the financial system in Nigeria for interoperability. Maida led a dynamic team that ensured that all terminals used in e-payment industry and all devices deployed in Nigeria would accept all cards issued by banks and other licensed card schemes without discrimination. Prior to his appointment at NIBSS, Maida was the Chief Technical Officer at the Nigerian-based fintech Arc Payment Network and Senior Manager at Cisco Systems United Kingdom. As a seasoned technical professional with over 15 years of multifunctional and international experience in fintech and telecoms and enterprise technology, Maida between 2010 and 2014 worked as a network design consultant at EE, part of the BT Group and one of the largest mobile communications companies in the UK. He was also at some point a system engineer at Ubiquitous, a leading company in intelligent 3G and LTE small cells, which is now part of Cisco. Born in 1979 and from Katsina State, Dr. Maida, a professional par excellence with a broad range of experience, making him technically strong and commercially aware, is married with children. Telecom Weekly and indeed the management and staff of the Nigerian Communications Commission extend our heartfelt congratulations to the new EVC on his well-deserved appointment and wish him a dynamic and result-oriented tenure.
If you receive a text message saying there has been suspicious activity on your bank account or that you have won a lottery or a gift prize, it could be a scam. Cybercriminals often send fake text messages to trick you into giving them your personal identifiable information, such as your password, OTP, NIN, BVN, ATM number, ATM PIN, and with a sense of urgency too. If they get these information, they could gain access to your email, bank, or other accounts. To stay safe, do not respond but delete such messages. Do not click on LinkedIn messages. When in doubt, please contact your bank directly. This cybersecurity campaign is sponsored by the Nigerian Communications Commission. For further inquiries, contact nmrs@ncc.gov.ng.
Well, this is the much we can take on this week's episode of Telecom Weekly. But before we go, don't forget you can always be a part of this program by joining us via our multiple social media platforms. For inquiries on this program, you can send a mail to telecomweekly@ncc.gov.ng. For further details on the activities of the Commission, visit our website www.ncc.gov.ng. Telecom Weekly is brought to you by the Nigerian Communications Commission, NCC. Until we come your way again next week, remember to take advantage of us so no one takes advantage of you. I am Oluwatobi Enit saying Bye for now.